So basically in Skyblock, many beginners need weapons to start their game out. So in this video, I'm going to be showing a tutorial on what weapons would suit beginners, and it's really good. You can basically get this item called the Rogue Sword from a guy named James Bond. Just kidding, his name is Jamie. If you click on him, you should get, like, yeah, see, it says right click with the Rogue Sword to use its ability and become temporarily faster. So basically what this ability gives is that it gives it's basically like the amount of mana you have. If you right click on it, then you get 100 plus speed for only 30 seconds, but it's still a great sword. Weapons can also be bought from like the weaponsmith, who actually sells for a fair amount. Like you can get a regular diamond sword, you can get a spider sword, you can get an end sword, you can get even an undead sword. But for beginners, I suggest they start out with the diamond sword, and then the more amount of money that they get and the specific amounts of mobs they want to fight, they can go with these 3 swords next. You can also get stuff from Rosetta. This also includes gear such as armor, and also if you like go here, then you get like the Celeste wand. That's also known as a weapon, plus this gear. But it kind of costs like a bit. But for certain beginners, they may be able to afford this prices. But like they cost like a lot. This set in total would cost like over about 100k, and these sets too. But many beginners use this axe called the mercenary axe, which is very useful. It gives damage and strength, which in the end will deal a lot of damage. So would the squire sword. It's almost similar to the mercenary axe, but it's still very good as well, just for a cheaper price. If beginners do get slightly more rich, they could use a sword called the Aspect of the End. It like helps teleport, and also it costs mana but does a great amount of damage from the other swords that I showed you guys so far. So, but this sword usually costs a lot in the auction house. As you can see here, these Aspect of the End, like, I don't know why this guy is selling it for 10 billion, but trust me, this is not the sword you want, okay? Back to the point. So if we go to lowest prices, these things used to cost like 100k, but the prices have risen due to inflation. No, I'm just kidding, but these prices have for some reason risen up by like a lot. But if you could afford this as a beginner, then I suggest you get this sword first. Next, if once you're like done spending, or like once you're so close and you're kinda rich, then I suggest you get the Aspect of the Dragons. Back in my day, these things used to cost 500k, but now they cost almost $1 million. So like once you get more money, then I suggest this sword may be next up for you. But then the swords after this will cost like millions of millions, and then you'll have to enter catacombs and stuff. So like I suggest you get Aspect of the Dragons, and it'll be very useful to you. If you go down here, then you should enter this small thing, like it's related to catacombs here. So like if you go all the way down here, you'll see these 3 NPCs. One is called Moloch. He's a dungeon blacksmith. He can give these things, but it's not related to weapons. It gives power for your weapons. And if you go here, this name's Mort. You can start catacombs here. And over here, this NPC's name is Ophelia, and she sells a thing called the Super Cleaver. It's actually a decent sword, and I actually suggest you buying this before Aspect of the End, because it is still really good. And personally, I have also used this sword. It is totally amazing and worth it to buy. You can also get a bow called Undead Bow and flint arrows. But honestly, I haven't tried the undead bow, but if you do want to get a bow from the auction house, I suggest you getting a hurricane bow. It's really good, and if you add more enchants to it, it'll be even better. And the more kills you get, then you can like unlock more abilities in the hurricane bow. So if you see like in the ability it says reach 250 kills to unlock its full potential. It's really good. But this is just in my inventory. No, I don't want to sell it. This was just in my inventory, and you got to get this from the auction house. That's where I got it from, so you should probably do it. If you do want to like get other weapons, then you could come here. These weapons do have like a decent amount of power. You can also get like this is from the auction house. You just go to weapons and then click go here to lowest price. Then you can see some people are selling these weapons for only like a few K each. So like this should be like a fair deal. Dreadlord swords are really good because if you see the ability, they shoot a skull that deals 1,130 damage, which is like a lot. And if you keep going here, they do get more expensive as you go. But if you click a lot, then you would start seeing like other weapons such as, but don't spend so much money on the artisanal bow because from what I know, I think the blacksmith sells this for a fair price, so I suggest you get it from the blacksmith. Ender bows are also decent, but I suggest you getting the hurricane bow by just saving up. And then as you keep going on, you'll start seeing more weapons here, but they're still really good. But sometimes if like the super cleaver at the dungeon shop is too expensive and you find a person here selling it for like a cheaper price, then I suggest you get it from him too. Okay guys, so this is my tutorial on like what weapons would be suitable for beginners. So hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe. Thank you very much.